Hey everyone. This isn't really a show right now. This is the next day after finding out late yesterday that Charlie Kirk had been assassinated. Me personally, I am newer to Charlie Kirk. I didn't see him much in 2016 whenever he really started to come to prominence with helping with the election of Donald Trump. But I, in the past few years, have followed the man. And good, bad, or indifferent, he spoke the truth. He spoke what he's seen, and he explained it from his point of view. And apparently people were itching to hear it because he had a lot of followers that paid attention to what he was saying on social media. And he was a younger man, just 31. And that's really young to be on such a prominent political stage. And he's shot. And I wonder, for everybody who's listening to this, because a person speaks truth, or even as much as speaks their truth, maybe you don't buy into what he's saying, but he's speaking his truth and a lot of people are listening. Does that deserve death? Because if this is true, then there's a lot of people that should be worried. I guess everything is fair game as I say that, but, with public speaking. But I guess the better question is, do you want that to be what America is? Where if you say your truth, you're killed for it. I say a lot of things on here, and I talk about, different religions and different perspectives. And it's not that I disrespect those folks. I'm allowed to have a different opinion. Do you want this country to be a country where you are not allowed to have your own opinion? That you're not allowed to say anything about your own opinion? What happened to free speech? I mean, come on, folks, look at it. It is going down the tubes. People will shoot you for speaking your mind. You can even speak it with reverence. You're just being respectfully speaking your mind. I don't get it. And I think it's sad. And I think that if any of you who are listening are happy about this, just because the man's now quiet, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I would look really deeply into your soul and who is the Lord of your life. Because I don't wish this on anybody. I've heard people speak openly about all kinds of things. But I don't wish death on them. I may not agree with them, but I don't want them dead. I just have a difference of opinion. So, be keeping an eye, because here's something that's very interesting. If you read 2 Timothy 4:3-4, for a time is coming when people will not endure sound teaching, but have itching ears. They will accumulate for themselves teachers to suit their own passions. What does that mean? Anybody who has an opposing opinion to the majority is shut up. If you're a Christian, this should be a sounding alarm, because we're always becoming more of a minority, because the world wants to be the world and do what it wants, when it wants, how it wants, to who it wants. Everyone, keep your eyes open. And above all, don't stay silent. Speak up. Tell the truth. We're a country that is founded on free speech that now is no longer free. It's happening more and more. We see the Minnesota shooting. We are seeing the Tennessee shooting. And now Charlie Kirk. This is a common trend. Be paying attention. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle that you are on. It doesn't matter what you believe. This is a problem for everybody. Everybody should have the right to state what they believe, should be able to talk about it openly, and should be able to practice as they believe. I don't agree with a lot of religions, but they have the right. We may not agree philosophically, but I think all religions can agree that they want the right to be able to practice freely. Discussion is not a bad thing. Debate is not a bad thing. But if you are a coward, and I mean that you got to bring a gun to solve your disputes because you can't talk well enough or you're not educated enough, you're a coward. And that gun doesn't make you strong. It makes you weak because you can't work your mind well enough to prove your point that you gotta be a coward and take it to violence like that. I still love you all, but be better than that. I hope everybody, I genuinely do, has a good week. If you're in pain, see somebody. Get some help. Talk to somebody. Everybody still knows what's right and wrong. Let's start practicing it.